Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I'll be tackling down my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Now right off the bat, I just want to say that even though this channel is going to be based off music, movies, and video games, I barely have time for video games nowadays or never really have the attention span for it unless it's something I'm really anticipating or something I love like the ones you'll see on this list. You'll also see from this list that I'm more of a single player story kind of guy rather than one who spends hours on multiplayer. There will be one exception on this list that you'll see in a minute, but yeah, I like my story modes and single players. So without further ado, here's my number 10. At the number 10 spot, we have Green Day Rock Band. If you don't know already, Green Day is my favorite band of all time, and it's all mainly because of this game. I've known of Green Day beforehand, but this game helped me delve into the band's deeper cuts and show me more of their big hits. I've also always been a big Rock Band fan. I think it's a fun as hell party game if you have a group of people over, and it eventually made me want to pick up a real guitar. My cousin would come over on the weekends all the time and we'd spend hours on this game, and even to this day, we would still sing some Green Day songs together that we would love playing on this game. So since this game helped me introduce my favorite band, this game is impossible for me to ignore and cherish. Number 9 is going to be Until Dawn. Until Dawn is about this group of friends who go up to this lodge up in the mountains where some sinister stuff starts happening, and you choose everyone's fate. First thing about me, I absolutely love horror movies. That's my favorite genre, and I play this game every Halloween. This game plays out almost like an interactive movie. You play all these characters in this game, and you're given these choices throughout the game, like do you want to be nice to this person or call them out? Do you want to investigate that strange noise or keep on going? Do you run or hide? All these questions affect the way you play the game, and you have the ability to kill off every character in the game, or you can save everyone. This game has always been fun as hell to me. I love showing it to people who've never played this game before and see their reactions to certain events, as well as seeing what path they choose, because not everyone will play the same way. So for that, this game has a big replay factor. It also helps that these characters are interesting. This game is a great mystery, it's scary, and it'll have you coming back for more. My next pick is going to be Rocksmith 2014. I have played the original Rocksmith before, but this one is making the list. I just love the look and structure of this one a lot better. Rocksmith is a game where you plug in your real life guitar or bass, and you can learn how to play your favorite songs and learn to play guitar in general. So if you want to take up guitar, or if you already are a guitar player, this is definitely the game for you. Trust me, this game is going to be cheaper than taking up real life lessons, that's for sure. There's countless DLC packs with a bunch of songs in them. Rocksmith doesn't just teach you how to play your favorite songs, it teaches you about everything else like string skipping, scales, chords, harmonics, and it lets you create your own guitar tone and just mess around. Whenever I'm in the mood to play guitar, I always throw this game on and constantly try to get better and better. So to my fellow musicians out there, check this one out. Arkham Asylum was for the longest time the game I've completed the most. Also, I'm going to be on an island with this one, but Batman Arkham Asylum is my favorite out of the franchise. I know everyone's favorite is Arkham City because it's more open, you could fly around, but that's kind of what I love about Arkham Asylum. You're stuck on an island with the Joker in charge and you have all these inmates and psychos running around, and with nowhere to go, that just gives me the feeling of isolation and claustrophobia. I remember when this game came out and it being the biggest game of the year, and I got caught up in the hype. Also, this game made me become a PlayStation boy because if you got this game for the PS3, you could play as the Joker. So when I graduated elementary school, I went out and got myself a PlayStation 3. So you have Kevin Conroy voicing Batman and Mark Hamill back to voicing the Joker, and there's not a more iconic duo. These two are irreplaceable. Other than the story, what also impressed me was the fighting and the stealth. Sometimes you'll have a room full of guys and you gotta kick their ass and break some bones, and sometimes you'll have a bunch of guys in a room with assault rifles and you have to hide in the shadows and pick them off one by one. And once you're done with the story, there's a shit ton of Riddler trophies you can look around for, and if you think this game is a lot, just wait till you play the other games. Dear God. So for all those reasons, that's why this game holds a special place in my heart and will always come back to it if I feel like being the Dark Knight. At number 6, we have Life is Strange. Life is Strange follows Max Caulfield, a high school student who discovers that she has the power to rewind time. Like Until Dawn, this game is another butterfly effect choose your own adventure type game where you're given these difficult decisions that will affect your story. This is yet another game I love to show people or watch people play and see how they go with this game. The tone in this game gives me a warm feeling with the additional help with the game's indie rock soundtrack. These characters feel real, minus the dialogue, and it reminds me of me being in high school and being with my friends and seeing people that remind me of Max and people that remind me of Chloe. I love that this game is not just a walk around and choose things to say and interact type game. There's some puzzles and some spots where I struggled and need to plan things ahead, so I like that the game doesn't go too easy on the player. Also, not to give anything away, but if you haven't played this yet, this game gets pretty deep and dark, so if you're a little sensitive, please go into this game with caution. I highly recommend Life is Strange to anyone who hasn't had the chance to play it yet. It's definitely worth your time. So please let me have a minute to explain this one here. So I've actually never grown up with the Resident Evil franchise. I never played 4 when it came out. I watched my brother and my cousin play 5, and I played Resident Evil 7 Biohazard when that came out, but as a fan of this franchise, I'm actually kind of a newcomer, but when I bought and played the Resident Evil 2 remake, I was sold. This game is the very definition of what a remake should be. Just looking back on the graphics and how the game looked, Capcom and RE Engine did a fabulous job at bringing this game back to the modern gaming. In this game you play as Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield in their own separate campaigns, and you're stuck in the Raccoon City Police Department right when the zombie outbreak happens. The gameplay is fun, there's quite a bit of puzzles and places to explore, and the variety of enemies and bosses keep this game challenging. This game is legit actually terrifying. There's moments where you're walking down a dark hallway with your gun and a flashlight, and you never know what's going to be around every corner. Whether it be a hallway full of zombies, a licker on the ceiling, or probably the most terrifying aspect of this game, Mr. X. This bastard just stalks the police station looking for you, and if you're in the middle of a puzzle or stumble in his path, all you can do is run. I hate him. I know it may be controversial putting this game as my favorite Resident Evil game, seeing as RE4 is one of the most important and influential games of all time, but it came really close, and Capcom, if you're doing a remake, and I know you guys are, please don't fuck this up. So back when I said I was going to make an exception for a multiplayer game, it's going to be Call of Duty Black Ops. I remember grabbing this game for my birthday and instantly hopping on and playing with my friends. I found the campaign fun and enjoyable, but the multiplayer was where I put countless hours into. Admittedly, I was never the best at it, but it's the memories I have with my friends that make this game very special to me. The soundtrack was badass and all the maps were extremely fun. It spawned Call of Duty's most popular map, that being Nuketown, which is great for a small close quarters match. I also can't forget to mention zombies. After this game, Treyarch made zombies way too confusing by giving you a bunch of quests to do and you gotta do this and that, but I fucking love the zombies in Black Ops. I miss the days when zombies used to be just see how long you can survive with you and your friends. I had great memories of staying up till 3 AM with my friends playing zombies and just laughing because I kept going down because I was trash and my friends had to keep reviving me. Even after the days when I would play this game with my friends in high school and I had a PS4, I would still hook up my PS3 and put on an album and play multiplayer all day by myself because I was just having this huge nostalgic connection with this game. Makes me sad that I'll probably never play this game online again, and even if this game gets remade in the future, I have a hard time feeling it would be the same. Next up is Red Dead Redemption. I'm a pretty big Rockstar guy, but I think out of all their video games, Red Dead Redemption may be my favorite. The main character, John Marston, is just a badass and such a cool character, and my face lit up when I saw him came back to the sequel. The open world in this game is stunning and beautiful, and the soundtrack brings you into the Old West. The missions are fun, and for a revenge story, the game has you sucked in. You're along with the ride with John as you travel across America, go to Mexico, and venture back to find the leader of your old gang. Just like the last game I mentioned, my friends and I had a posse going on in multiplayer, and we would spend all day taking over gang hideouts, messing around towns, killing lawmen, and blowing each other up. It was great. I was stoked as hell when the rumors came true of a sequel coming out, and after long waiting, we finally got it. And I still have a great time with it. It won't come as close as the first game, but it's still great. I have a big attachment to Red Dead Redemption, and I think it'll always be my favorite Rockstar game. I still remember to this day when I first saw the E3 trailer to this game, and I was set for it. First time I saw Voss, I thought he was intimidating and cool as hell, and I needed more of this game. Far Cry 3 is a landmark to me. Far Cry 3 throws you on this tropical island that's surrounded by pirates, and you gotta use your skills that you gain to save your friends and find a way off the island alive. The jungle and the beaches come to life, and the vastness of it is amazing. The missions in this game are super memorable and just a blast to play, making the game's replay factor pretty high. I love that the game challenges you towards the end and the levels get harder, so the game forces you to hunt and craft in order to survive. You play as Jason Brody, and while he's far from a perfect character, he definitely doesn't downgrade this game for me. Now let's talk about Voss. There's a reason why he is on the box cover. This character is terrifying, psychotic, and he has become one of the best video game villains of all time. Even though he's only in half the game and isn't the main villain, he steals every scene he's in. If you want a memorable story, memorable missions, and memorable characters, please give Far Cry 3 a chance. It's hands down the best one in the franchise, and if you're new to Far Cry and need a place to start, this game is the best place to do so. To me, it's one of the best first-person experiences out there. The Last of Us is not just a video game to me. This game has taken over my life in an emotional way with its story and characterization. I've replayed this game so many times and I never lose the feeling I had when I first played this game. This game will make you smile, make you laugh, make you cry, and it will show you how much can come out of a video game. The relationship between Ellie and Joel is a one of a kind, and you watch them look out for each other and try to survive as they travel across America looking for this cure to save mankind from a fungal infection. The graphics in this game are still second to none, and the world pulls you into the experience, almost as if you're watching a movie. The soundtrack to this game will tug at your heartstrings at the right times, and the gameplay I still find fun. All the characters feel super real and you care what happens to everyone. I will never ever get tired of this game, and I applaud Naughty Dog for their work on this masterpiece. The Last of Us will continue to be a huge part of my life, and I can't stress enough how mind-blowing this game is. If you don't have a PlayStation, I would still encourage you to buy one so you could play this game, or just watch someone on YouTube play it. You really need this game in your life. Well, there you have it. That concludes my top 10 favorite video games of all time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below your top 10 favorite games, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.